Hello fellas and welcome. I'm really excited to be the very first to present you this interesting new product from Parkside, a gas or a petrol chainsaw equipped with an electric starter. The machine is not yet released to the market, so please don't ask me about its price. If I'm not terribly wrong, this is the very first product of its kind, the very first production model of a gas chainsaw equipped with an electric starter powered by a lithium-ion battery. I'm stressing on lithium-ion battery because the first gas chainsaw equipped with an electric starter was produced by McCulloch back at 1966, but back then the electric starter was powered by a lead-acid battery. From 1966 until now, again, if I'm not terribly wrong, there is no second model with such feature. The vast manufacturing gap between those two models and the new lithium-ion technology is the reason why I can say here we have a totally new product. Some of the specifications of the product: it's equipped with a 56.5 cubic centimeters two-stroke engine with air cooling and a maximum power output of 2.2 kilowatts. The no-load rotation speed is 3000 RPMs and the maximum rotation speed is 11,500 RPMs. The maximum chain speed is 22.15 meters per second. The length of the chain bar is 18 inches. And now the specification everybody wanna know: the weight of the machine equipped with a chain bar and chain, 4 amp-hour smart battery, and fully loaded with fuel and oil. 8.3 kilograms. Without doubt, the most interesting feature of the machine is the electric starter. The position of the ignition key is really convenient, right next to the pull starter. It's protected by a plastic cap. If you ask me, the plastic cap is not the best idea for protecting the ignition key. First of all, each time you want to start the machine, you have to open it, and it's spring driven. Eventually the spring will fail. Second, it's made from relatively fragile plastic and it's susceptible to breakage. The best solution would be the ignition key to be placed inside a well and protected by a silicone rubber. This way you won't be able to press it by accident and it will be protected from the nature. Except for having an electric starter, the machine doesn't differ that much from the rest of the market. Just like any gas chainsaw, the engine is mounted on vibration absorbing dampers. The machine is equipped with a squeeze primer pump and a simple choke valve. The air filter is easily accessible. Beneath it, you can see some parts of the carburetor. And of course, you can replace the spark plug. Something that amazes me is that the machine is equipped with an electric starter, but it doesn't have a toolless tensioning system for the chain. Let's remove the chain tensioner and take a look beneath it. Everything is pretty standard here: the kickback brake, the tensioning system, the centrifugal clutch, and beneath it is the oil pump. Just like the new Parkside Performance trimmer, the engine is produced by a company called Wuyang. Let's remove the upper chute of the engine. Now we can take a better look on the carburetor. But I'm pretty sure most of you, just like me, are eager to see the electric starter, so let's open the machine on this side. The recoil starter. And over here I see a brushed electric motor driving this sprocket on the recoil starter. And even better look on the starter, the electric motor is driving a planetary gearbox which is connected to this aluminum pinion gear, rotating the crown gear of the recoil starter. I see some electronics over here, 2 MOSFETs, most likely implementing the low voltage cutoff function and protecting the battery cells from deep discharge. And even better look on the engine with the ignition coil and the cooling impeller. On the impeller we have those two locks which opens centrifugally when the engine starts, and I'm not sure how long the two springs will last, but like I always say, only time will show. Something new for Parkside worth mentioning: the quality of the plastics on this new machine is amazingly good and they're really well manufactured. Something that I've noticed during the chain bar and the chain installation: when you put the machine on its side, one of the contact points is exactly over the ignition key. Really unthoughtful from Parkside. It will be super easy to damage the protective cap and the ignition key itself when changing or tightening the chain. The machine is fully reassembled. Let's hear its voice. Let's test the pull starter also. Another design error that I've noticed is when you're placing the machine on the ground, the first thing that touches the ground is the battery, and there's no battery protection, no battery cage, no nothing. It will be only a matter of time until you damage the battery or the battery socket. By the way, the chain guard on the machine is anything else but performance. It's made from super thin plastic and the chain teeth are simply destroying it after a few usages. The only plus is that it has a really nice slot for inserting the tool that comes with the chainsaw. After cutting those locks, my impression is that the machine is powerful enough. You won't feel any lack of power, and because I'm sure I will receive such a question, yes, it's more powerful than the battery operated 40 volts performance model. It's a little bit heavy, but believe me, the electric starter is an amazing feature. Of course, if you're a professional lumberjack, most likely you won't need it and you'll probably choose something lighter, but for hobby to medium application, this is a perfect solution. Being the first production version, there are some design flaws like the protection of the ignition key and the protection of the battery, but I'm pretty sure in the following versions those will be rectified. Judging by the new performance Petrol trimmer, which is sold with a battery and a charger, I'm pretty sure that the chainsaw will be equipped the same way. Most likely, it will also be equipped with a screwdriver for tuning the carburetor. Personally, I think the idea with the electric starter is great. Of course, not everybody would think like me. For some of you, the chainsaw would be too heavy, but I'm pretty sure it will find its buyers on the market. Well, I think this is enough for the very first video on this new product. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did when making it. You know the drill. Bye and see you soon.